And I'm gonna work on the back porch now. It is humid. It's like 90% humidity this morning, so hopefully I can get this done pretty quick. Got some rain last night, so the humidity is fun, but you can see behind me the next project and why I want to get this done. Today we're going to work on tying up some of the loose ends of small things that I've left, because typically when I'm filming a video I get 95 to 99% done with something for the video, and then I just leave it and I don't go back to it because I want to start a new project the next day. So here we got some 2x6s. These are going to be for framing of the garage doors. I have to get that done. That is needing to be done before we can do concrete. So it's going to go here vertical. You can see we overhung these 2x4s when we framed them out. So I have to trim the sheathing as well. And then up there along the header, I have to trim that sheathing. So we're going to get this 2x6 planed down, because our posts are 5 1/4 inches and these 2x6s that we bought are 5 1/2. So I got to take a 1/4 inch off so that they sit even with that. And then we have to, where the bracket is on the bottom, we'll have to plane that out too. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, the dust, I already did 1. So we'll get the other 5 planed down and then we can set them in place. I actually set one in place. I'll go over here and show you. So you can see here, it just sits up there, and then at the bottom here, it's going to hit the bolts that come through this bracket and then the bracket. So we'll have to take off a 1/2 inch down here for the bracket, and then I'll drill out for the bolt holes. Same way we did the grade board at the corners. And then once this is done, I can take my router, flush trim bit, and hit the sheathing and these 2x and make it all flush. And then this will be ready for concrete, which hopefully we can get done soon. So we're gonna work on the garage doors. I gotta finish the metal skirting at the base of the sheathing, and then we got to frame in above the porches. So this one's just gonna be miscellaneous kind of tasks that got to get done, so that then we can go on, move on to the next big task. Okay, so as you saw, we got all of the edges ripped down. Nail sticking out of there. I do have to put blocking in this one, but I'll show you. So it's hitting there on the bolts for the bracket. So right here, we'll mark it. We'll plane this down 1/4 inch. That'll sit it flush against the bracket here, and then against the post up here, and then we'll mark where all 4 bolt holes are, and we can take the drill, we'll drill those out, and then the whole thing should sit flush. I'm gonna leave it tall up there into the headers, because it's not gonna hurt anything, and I'll give the headers a little bit more strength and structure. So I got this first one over here for the other side of that door that we were just looking at. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a mark, 2 marks here. The first one is, it was actually sticking up on the bolt that goes through the concrete. So that was that first mark, and then I realized that. So we marked it up a little bit higher so it'll sit down. Once it's planed in, it'll suck it in, and then it'll sit down low. So we'll get this planed out. It's about about 12 and a half, 13 inches that we have to plane down, a quarter of an inch. And then it could go more, it's not a big deal because it's only gonna sit flush on the post. So we'll get this one planed down and see how it looks. All right, now to get these things installed. So I'm just gonna set it up here, get it in a good spot, and then down here, it's gonna hit those nuts, those bolts. Just give it a couple whacks with a hammer so it'll mark those locations. And then see here that there's some marks from the bolt head. That's all there is to it. Now we can get it stood back up. Get it set. And we're in. That's all there is to it. So I'll have to get the ladder, I'll nail in the top, and then I'll nail in the headers into that board as well. And then we can take the router and run it down here and get that nice and straight and flat. And then our garage doors are framed in. So I got to do the other 5 boards and then we'll pick this back up. You just gotta put it in and then push it up as high as you can.
Good? Don't be loud. Over your ear.
right, so we got the garage doors done. Now we're working on the metal here, trying to finish this up, trying to finish up all these little tasks. So we got to run down this side, the corner over there on the front, and then we're probably not gonna be able to do the back because that's where the doors are and the tools and stuff. So we'll just get that last 20-30 feet once we get all that other stuff moved out of there. So did the same thing we did before, put some silicone, nail it in, and just gonna work our way down. That side we got it taped, and we're around the front just about 8 foot or so. The next piece is going to hit the doorway, and I'm not ready to frame that door in yet because we need to get some machines in the house. So we'll just have in front of the door, and then this little piece right here, and then we have in front of the garage doors that I'll add that, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. So I don't know if I want to wrap it around the inside or not, so I'll think about that, and I can knock that out at some point. And then we have the around the back, you guys can't even see it, around the back where the back porch is, we have that one. But like I said earlier, those doors are there, so we'll have to wait till we get those doors out of there and put that metal on real quick. All right, well, it is really warm out, so as you can see, I had to change my shirt. We're in that season again where it's 2 or 3 shirts a day, but we got the doors framed in. It's hard to see because of where the sun is, but that was the one we worked on. That one's done, the one behind it's done, that one's done, the one behind it, and then that one's done. So this one I still have to do the vertical framing, which is easy. I'll knock that out real quick in the morning. And then we have to router cut the sheathing off the top, which again, I can knock that out first thing in the morning. And then from there, probably work on framing in above the front and back doors. The back door doesn't need a ton of framing. It really just needs a couple blocks and then sheathing, and that'll be done. The front door, I'll have to frame it out just a little bit, and then we can put sheathing on, and then both of those will be done. Back door's already framed in completely, and the front door, we'll wait till we do our, I do need to bring in a little bit more rock once we do our plumbing. So once that's done, then we can frame that in, which will be pretty easy. And then that should be the last of the framing before concrete. So we'll pick this back up in the morning. All right, out here this morning, and I framed in above the front porch. I just got to put some tape on the seams, and I got to work on the back porch now. It is humid. It's like 90% humidity this morning, so hopefully I can get this done pretty quick. Got some rain last night, so the humidity is fun, but you can see behind me the next project and why I want to get this done, because I want to start working on that. So walking to the back porch here, I just got to add across here some just a block so I can fasten my sheathing, and then probably 2 pieces of sheathing meet in the middle. I might be able to span. I probably got a piece big enough. We returned all the extra sheathing, so if I have a piece big enough, we'll just span across there 1 piece, get that tape too, and then we can go back to the garage doors. Have to router out and trim those, and then that should be the rest of the miscellaneous tasks. We still have not gotten our last window yet. It's supposed to be here on the 31st, but hopefully it's here early. But if not, then I guess we'll get that installed when it comes, and then we should be caught up so we can work on the plumbing. Tesla. All right, I think that's good for now. I could put a ladder up here. That's a lot of freaking work. We'll do a little bit of that each day, I think. All right, got these cut. Get them tossed up here. Should fit. This one's a little bit short, but I think it'll work as long as I can keep them up there. Alright, grab some tape. All right. One more piece of sheathing to do down here. I wasn't gonna do it, but the more I think about it, I'd rather just get that done. I can put that metal, I can put the metal on, I can move my tools, I can put all this metal on. I'm just gonna do that. And we'll take the router to it, trim it off, and then we'll go over and work on the garage door. So I'll do this real quick, and we can finish this dang metal. And actually check things off my list instead of getting from 95% to 99% and still having stuff to do. All right, so it's not perfect. I have to replace the bearing on my router bit, so I can't use it right now. but I want to get this done. So Sawzall, it's pretty close. I can rip it with the router once I get a new bearing. I have to order it. These two doors here, it's really hard to see this lighting. I don't know if you can see that. So this is overhanging, so I'll have to cut this vertical and then across. This one vertical and across. And then this one just across the top. So it'll be enough that I can nail it in, because I couldn't really see where that header was. So I couldn't nail all in the sheathing all the way. But that'll get us close, and like I said, I'll get that bearing ordered and we can replace that. And then the only thing left on the garage doors is framing in that. So I'll get these cut and then we can frame that in. All right, we got them all cut out. Probably doesn't look much different on camera, but there's definitely, the middle one for sure is definitely wider. So they're a full, what do we do? 9? I think we did 9 foot wide and 8 foot tall. I think that's what we did. Yeah, that makes sense. 9 foot wide, 8 foot tall. So there's plenty of room to get cars in and out. I mean, we just have the Jeep right now since we downsized before we moved, but we plan to buy a truck in the future, and hey, who knows what else. So that part is done. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon, or at least an hour or so, moving gravel on the back porch. I moved some. I'll show you kind of what it looks like right now. So we moved all the tools, started putting gravel out, and all that lumber we have to move yet, but I'm gonna try to smooth this out. We need to take the laser to see where we're at, but if I can get some of these big piles going, and at least get a good start on it, we can take the compactor to this and we'll be in pretty good shape. So I gotta add the tape to this metal here real quick, but just some little miscellaneous stuff. We should be done with all that stuff today, and then we can work on that mess hopefully soon. So that's where I'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.